Okay, people that are very good at talking and fighting. My co-host, for example, on Fighter and the Kid.
Oh, what's his name?
Brendan Schaub. Very funny.
He's not good
Very
at
funny
either
man.
of those things, though. He's not good at fighting, and he's not good at talking.
This was, let me tell you something. This was like a 39-minute interview. All Matan did was shit on Brendan Schaub this whole time.
Hell yeah.
And
Oh,
cracks
he's
me up.
funny?
Very funny. Very strong.
Do you legally have to say that?
No.
That's funnier than anything Brendan's ever said.
No.
All right, so Bryan Callen just went on Matan Even's podcast, and I got to give Bryan credit for going on here because this kid, he does not hold back, and he follows the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. You know, he's familiar with all the Fighter and the Kid. One of Brendan.
What the fuck's a Mexican cookie?
It's all over it.
So he's definitely seen our videos.
What the fuck's a Mexican cookie? What are you talking about? It's like a chocolate chip with sauce all over it? What are you talking about?
Bro, remember that line from Gringo Poppy, how funny it
Matan
was?
repeats this verbatim.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a terrible idea. Just, I'll take it.
Who would have introduced me to a chocolate chip cookie?
Chocolate chip with salsa all over it.
Somebody of Latin descent.
Where's Brendan Schwab from?
It's Schaub. You have to.
Schwab.
You know why Callen's
Kid
doing
is
this?
such a dick.
Because Callen's moving to Austin. He doesn't have to. He's got a real gig now. He's got to defend Brendan no more.
Say his name right.
Brendan Schaub?
Yeah, Brendan Schaub.
I got introduced to it, and it's my favorite food.
Really?
Yeah,
From
the Mexican
Brendan?
cookie.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what,
well-
dude? You fucking led me down the rabbit hole, and I fell for it. And you're looking up like you don't know what you're saying.
I don't know.
See?
And Matan spent like half
This
the podcast
is the only
just
episode
roasting
I've ever
Brendan.
watched of this show where Matan looks like he's going to break like several times.
I don't blame him.
He has to actually look away, and you can see him like grin, like he's trying so hard not to fucking break.
He should play a young Jack White if they make a movie about the White Stripes.
Must have humbled Bryan quite a bit because now he doesn't seem to get anywhere near as worked up about it. Like the fact that he doesn't.
He's not getting worked up because he's an Austin boy now. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Funny. Careful.
No, they're not. No.
Who do you?
I got it.
Who's friends with Joe Rogan? Nobody answers. Every time I ask one of these stupid. Let's go.
But I.
Oh.
About it.
Here we go.
Like the
Okay,
fact that he
sorry.
doesn't flip out at Matan here shows he's come a long way.
Comedians I don't think are funny.
That you're friends with. Not. Okay. Let's
That you're friends with.
go.
But I.
Oh, nobody answers. Every time I ask one of these stupid guys who's friends with Joe Rogan.
But to be honest with you, all my friends are funny.
No, they're not. No.
Look at the
No, they aren't.
exasperation.
Yeah,
No, they're not.
They're not.
Oh,
At one point, he literally goes like, for instance, Theo Von, he's funny, right? And everybody's like, oh yeah, he's hilarious, blah blah blah, and he's like, okay, Brendan Schaub, is he funny? And literally, Freudian slip. Bryan goes, I think Brendan's very funny. It was just a totally different type of answer.
Think of my friends as not funny. Careful.
I think it's integral for a successful podcast to have a good co-host.
Tell me about it, brother.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. Is Theo Von funny?
Yes.
Oh, here you go,
Very
Mersh.
funny.
Yes.
Is your co-host funny?
I think my you mean on the Fighter and the
Yes,
Kid?
you didn't say.
Wait, on the
I
Fighter
said
and
is
the Kid?
Theo Von funny?
You should have said yes anyway if they're all funny, Bryan.
Listen,
If they're
I
all
think-
funny,
I
right,
think-
Bryan? If they're all funny, right, Bryan?
You
On
know
the Fighter
answer.
and Kid.
I love that we've come to the point where Bryan Callen was making. Remember when he got mad at us for making fun of him when it was?
He's come out to be the most endearing one now. At this
I know
point.
it's crazy.
Kid?
You know the Fighter and the Kid.
He's very funny.
No, he's not.
Oh, come on. You don't even listen to the podcast. You get your information from the community.
Another lawsuit.
No. You should be listening
Another lawsuit.
to.
Oh yeah, he kept
Fighter
taking
and
Is
shots.
this how you expected this episode to go today, or no?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, Mersh, can we do it? Because we've sent olive branches all over the place. You know what went on, Owen Benjamin on recently.
Get Callen on.
Can we put an olive branch out to Callen? Hey, Callen, will you want to come on the show? We'd love to have you.
You did?
I did.
Well, then good on you for showing up.
Come on, bro. We're here, man.
Yeah, so Bryan was actually being a good sport about it, but I'm sure Brendan probably won't be too happy with this appearance. Even though I think this helped Bryan win some people over and was one of his funnier podcast appearances. Like even people talking about the subreddit, and Bryan figured out that he doesn't even watch the podcast at all, but he keeps up with the subreddit, which obviously Bryan is a little insulted by, but again, he handles it pretty well. You know, he mostly just finds it funny in a way, all with Bobby Lee and everything. Subreddit.
In the sink
Don't
here.
go to, I've done it maybe.
Go to the bathroom there, be lit up a little. So you posted the fact that we were going to be watching this. My Twitter feed lit up a little bit more to say, don't go to the bathroom there because you piss in the sink.
Oh my God. Oh God.
This is great.
What? They said that you said this out loud.
Wait,
Does he piss in the sink
don't
here?
go to, I've done it
never
maybe
seen it.
once.
Okay, but
So hold on. So you've pissed in the sink. They weren't lying.
I've pissed in a sink at a bar before.
But I would, if I had a studio, right? I would absolutely never piss in the sink of my.
Oh,
studio.
no, yeah, not in my house or in the studio. Like, I was at a dive bar one time and all the toilets were all fucked up. And I was like, well, fuck this. And I arced it up into the sink.
But
It was
that
a-
was the
it was
whole thing.
emergency.
Nobody's talking about the fight. Everybody was saying, Howie, how are you going to go there? He pisses in the sink.
And because they did that to fuck with Howie because of the germophobia.
Of course, because he's the germaphobe. It's great.
Brendan's talked about he pissed in the sink.
I had to pee in the sink one time. It was a state of emergency.
He's absolute. Then pee outside like a guy. You're a guy. But forget that. If someone says I've peed in my sink once, they've peed in their sink like 20 times.
Then also there's the time Brendan hired kind of like a Make-A-Wish fan of his who just wanted to meet Brendan, but then Brendan convinced him to move out to LA and come work for him. So the kid probably thought his dreams came true, but then only like a year into it, I guess Brendan realized he wasn't really doing anything for the show, or he couldn't afford him or something. So he fired him on like Christmas Eve
No.
Is that true?
Is that for real?
and pawned him off on some other podcasters. Now he's just being passed around. Like first I saw him on John McCarthy's podcast, one of the refs for the UFC, and now I think Joey Diaz is stuck with him.
But then you say
Hey, you want to be our producer? We treat ours very poorly, and we're very upfront about it.
you say Leon, but then he's
Brother,
got
who
some-
this guy? He don't have question. He just listen us.
Yeah, he just produces this. He listens to us.
Okay.
Go find something to do. Go play in traffic.
Go play.
Knock it off with the phone, George.
I'm a little. I'll be honest with you with Joey Diaz. Kind of sick of his shtick. I mean, it's just me. Maybe I'm the guy. Maybe I'm the guy.
Oh, I've always been sick of Joey
Nah,
Diaz.
but everything's all about all I need is 4 guys to take. I'll put you up. All right, Joey, calm down.
Knock it off,
You're an elderly man. Stop acting like this.
please. For Christ's fucking sake.
When this guy's acting more like a mobster than Sammy the Bull, like it's weird, right?
Because he was in Many Saints of Newark. He's validated.
Yeah.
He played bigger. He played bigger pussy.
Biggest pussy.
But I'm doing good, dude.
You have a Puerto Rican who's made his entire career pretending to be Italian.
Yeah, so because Brendan felt like he needed to try to make this kid's dreams come true, now these other podcasters are stuck with him. I mean, everything
Cuban.
Brendan does unintentionally is hilarious, which is why even some of Brian's comedy friends keep up with all Brendan's controversy. They do the same thing as Matan. They don't watch the podcast, but they'll follow the subreddit.
Do you listen to Fighter and the Kid?
I don't listen.
See, I knew it. It.
No.
You went like this. You went which means no.
I don't listen to the full episodes, but
there's so much nuance that you can't.
I listen.
No, we've watched Brian. We have
He's
watched.
just trying to stay alive.
We have. I know, but we have. But sorry, but I will not let this one go. We have watched a lot of the Fighter and the Kid episodes. Okay. There is no nuance. Your jokes aren't these highbrow jokes that I have to watch the whole show to get it. Okay? It's not an episode of Severance or Lost where if I miss something, I'm not going to get the next Fighter and the Kid episode. Okay? There's not this little. To get the humor, you really have to be locked in. It's not Ron and Fez that if you didn't know about Ron and Fez and you came into that show, you didn't know what was going on. Like it was like 53 inside jokes, everything. It's hilarious once you got into it. But if you didn't know about it, you're like, what are these people talking about? Fighter, their kid is like, yo, Papa, I rode my truck the other day and there was this baddie. And I was like, shut up. It's all the same thing. And you yell at your Asian producer.
I hear about it from different sources.
So you're hearing a third party, dude.
I'll tell you
Big
this,
brown
I'm
shop.
a big part of the community.
Are you talking about the underground community? You son of a bitch. Listen.
God damn it. Counts me real funny.
Matan.
No, I know. He does have
Matan.
his moments.
I love that name. I'm going to be honest with you.
You're changing the conversation.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I got carried away. Okay, listen to me.
There's a couple 100,000
part-
of us now.
You're part of that community.
I
bet you
started
that
it.
fucking is.
I started it. Excuse me. No. We were look. We did not start making. We were not the first people to make fun of Brandon. I can't say that like we did with Shuddering John, but we were early adopters. Can we at least give ourselves that?
He's just goofing.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
It's too.
And I used.
You started it?
Oh, you know what email I use too?
Which?
You know,
What is it?
Tiger Belly.
Look, the fact that he is as in as we were, huh? Like he is in. He knows every little thing, huh?
Oh yeah, he knows everything.
Listen to me right now. I got some
See,
information.
this is why I have the great podcast, because nobody else will talk to you like this.
I know, and I appreciate it.
Give us a shot.
And
Yeah.
it's good that we're getting this out there.
Yeah.
Now look, Tiger Belly.
Now that I mentioned that, are you gonna call me after this and threaten to kill me?
Never.
No.
Never.
I would guess that that's something you might do.
No, I would never do that. That
No?
was when I was 40. That was when I was 48, bro. I've grown up.
This
Be
episode
honest.
might.
It's when I was 48, bro. I've grown up. Funny line. That's a good line.
do good.
Yeah, it'll do very well.
It'll be seen by hundreds of thousands on a brand new platform.
What's that platform called? If you say Reddit, I'm gonna freak out.
We both know it's Reddit. What am I bullying you?
Damn it!
We both know it's Reddit.
What am I bullying you?
We
It's
both
also-
look. We both know it's Reddit. Okay.
You're bullying me right now.
And it seems like the fighter in the Kid subreddit has been pretty quiet recently. You know, like Brendan's been staying out of trouble. But now I think he's moving to Austin to get closer to Rogan. So that can make things interesting.
Well,
I've been watching the start. I've been.
no, because you were.
Eventually, I unsubscribed.
You did?
But I subscribed to a different page.
You
as we
unsubscribed to
discussed
my
earlier.
fucking podcast.
I unsubscribed from the YouTube. I subscribed to the Reddit.
He's the best.
I
Matan
want
rules.
I want to end this segment by saying we got to give props to Brian. You were right. Brian really handled this very well. Very funny.
He can be really funny.
Yeah, man. So it's almost like if he has someone to work with, he's funny. Is that are you implying that if he has if Brian had a better co-host, he'd be funnier?
He would be.
I know.